away or physically they're declining, they're unable to do the things that they loved, things of that nature. But yes, I think a service like that would be extremely beneficial.
Okay. Great. Sounds very good. And just coming down, we're going to wrap it up very shortly, but what's the hardest part of your job?
I think self-neglect, the
Mhm. Yeah,
self-care.
yeah, yeah.
I would say that's the hardest part because if I'm not well, if I'm not rested, it's hard for me to go to work and
Mhm.
perform. I would say the self-care, but if I were to say some things in the office, um, the hardest part, I don't know, sometimes it's working with, families,
Okay.
especially families who are unaware of what is going on with their loved one. If they live, abroad,
Mhm.
that might be it.
Okay. Now that's totally understandable. Yes. Um, and the last question that I'll ask you, if you were speaking directly to a family right now that has a loved one that's, say, in their 80s and they just are confused as to what to do next, what would you tell them as a social worker, as someone that has worked in the field for a while? What is some advice that you would give a family that just is kind of in over their heads,
Mm,
don't know what to do next with their loved one? A lot of family members may feel as if they are neglecting their loved one if they put them in a facility. If they'll feel as if they're turning their back on their mother or grandmother. What would you say to them, and how would you what advice would you give them, and what comfort would you give them during this season of their lives?
okay, the advice I would say is stop for a moment, take a deep breath, and breathe. The comforting thing is that we are living in 2026 and we have so many resources. I would say start with a care manager. Care managers, they have a wealth of knowledge and they're able to assess the situation and pinpoint where the energy should be thrown,
Okay.
what priority. That's what I would say.
Mhm.
Find an outstanding care manager to assess the situation. And then once you assess the situation, you kind of have an idea of how you can